Alright, hello everybody. I hope you're doing all well and everything. Alright, so welcome to Brics Part 39. The following material and media are for research purposes. And stay with me at the end. I'm gonna do a short reading for my novel. But let's go ahead and kickstart this off. With the Mastercard. Okay, 6 reasons we need to start thinking about quantum computing now by Mastercard. Ooh. Okay, so let's see what's interesting. Okay, quantum computing used to sound like something out of sci-fi films. Oh yeah, all these links will be in the description. The technology uses principles of quantum physics to solve complex problems exponentially faster than today's supercomputers can. Okay, so 69% of global enterprises have already adopted or plan to adopt quantum computing in the near term, while the emerging technology is estimated to create up to 8.5 billion in annual revenue by 2040. Okay, so we'll see a hybrid integrated approach where the right device will be used to solve a problem, he says. Quantum will solve a specialized range of hard and interesting problems, blah blah blah. Okay, so in financial services, the applications are endless and they're already in the works. Companies are exploring applications that could help with portfolio optimization, secure communications, transaction settlements, and ultra-fast trading platforms. Okay, so the D-Wave system by Allen has been working with a customer on a fraud detection system that taps into machine learning and a combination of classical and quantum computing, and financial services company BBVA has worked on optimizing portfolios within a given risk profile. With quantum computing, they crunch data in less than 3 minutes as compared to 30 hours with traditional computers. Quantum computing will help create highly customized experience for customers. Okay, so there's a trend of the idea of a banking for me. Customers are looking for highly personalized solutions, and looks like quantum computers will be a part of that. I think that mostly has to do with stocks. Okay, in the past few, quantum computing has moved from... Okay. Okay, so through likely years away, bad actors using quantum computing's power may be able to more easily decrypt messages sent using existing public key cryptography and ultimately compromise the security of key systems that are not quantum proof. This is where we've been talking about quantum security. Quantum computing can help the planet. Okay, nothing about finance there. Okay, so that's just, okay, this is just Mastercard right there. Okay, so now I know, I don't like them either, but we're moving to the World Economic Forum because they have something new report. This was released January 17th of 2024. New report charts roadmap to a quantum secure financial system. What I've been trying to tell y'all. Okay, so the innovation of quantum computing could revolutionize the global financial sector and usher in rapid investment in economic growth and new complex security risk. Global regulation and collaboration will be critical to mitigate quantum security threats and harness the disruptive potential of emerging technologies. Okay. Okay, so we're in the what they're terming the quantum revolution, and that there will be a what they term a Q day. Okay, the report warns that the digital to quantum transition will also unleash new cybersecurity threats that could threaten current security and digital infrastructure and even erode the trust and stability on which the global financial system depends. Okay. We might go over this report. Actually, we will. But first, we'll go over this. Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna... Okay, it's talking about basically the threats to the financial sector. And creating a digitally secure global financial sector. Okay, the quantum economy era is fast approaching. Okay. Shifting interconnected complexities it will introduce across the world, blah, blah, blah. Okay. While making clear that the quantum transition is a journey rather than a destination, the new report provides a four-phase roadmap: prepare, clarify, guide, and transition and monitor. Quantum computing presents considerable opportunities but also threats. The financial sector relies heavily on encryption and to protect sensitive information, the exposure of which could cause significant harm to consumers and markets. Addressing this requires a truly collaborative effort to transition to a quantum secure future. Blah blah blah. Okay, so the new report pursues four adaptable guiding principles that can inform actions of stakeholders throughout the journey of the quantum secure economy, while avoiding fragmentation and increasing transparency. The principles are to reuse and repurpose. This principle encourages the maximization of existing tools, techniques, and frameworks to address quantum-enabled cybersecurity risk. For industries, that means following existing best practices, while for regulators, this entails clarifying how current regulatory frameworks apply to the quantum threat while defining where gaps exist. Okay, to establish non-negotiables. This principle calls for the definition of overarching requirements shared by both industry and regulatory authorities, encompass the emerging international standards and the agile approach to new technologies, blah, blah, blah. Increase transparency. Okay, open communication is defined as a crucial for developing effective regulatory approaches in a level playing field and a system that is only as strong as its weakest link. Avoid fragmentation. The principle calls for a global approach centered on collaboration to avoid regulatory fragmentation in different markets. Given the global nature of the financial sector, international alignment and cross-border collaboration can also boost innovation, bolster security, and reduce vulnerabilities. What's the report? Okay. 22 pages. Okay. Hold on. Do we got time for this? Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let's go through and see if this is important. Quantum technology has the potential to revolutionize financial services, improving computation, modeling, and fraud detection, but it also possesses significant cybersecurity risks. To fully benefit from the sector's transition to the quantum economy era, it is key to address these challenges that could undermine digital security and foundational elements of the financial sector. These potential systemic disruptions underscore the need for a unified, global, and cross-industry approach to quantum security for the financial sector. Okay, I'm reading. I'm going to highlight key important things. You can read this or go to the link if there's something I missed or that you find important, let me know. Okay, so the World Economic Forum's the World Economic Forum's Quantum Economy Network is a key priority in what they're doing right now with private and public cooperation and driven actions on key topics such as quantum governance and security. Okay. Hold on. Do I want to start this part where... Okay. I'm going to go through this part right here to see if anything, and then I'll probably continue the rest later. Okay, so it's talking about we're on the brink right here of a transformation from a digital economy to a quantum economy. Okay, like I said, everything's going to be coming out with quantumness, quantum security, quantum financial system. Everything's going to begin with quantum. Quantum computing promises to revolutionize operations across the financial sector. with the potential to disrupt portfolio management and improve risk management. Challenges. Quantum computing could render most current encryption schemes obsolete, threatening consumer protections and the integrity of digital infrastructures and economy. This is where I'm talking about the blockchain going away, because quantum computers can hack the blockchain. Okay, so addressing quantum-enabled cybersecurity risk in the financial sector is a complex task, given the sector's legacy infrastructure, the nature of quantum technology, and the interconnectedness of the industry. Okay, I'm reading. Okay, so they're moving to a quantum secure future. Keep that in mind. Okay, it's talking about the things that I just discussed previously, but I think we're going to get some more information in here. Okay, so it's talking about how the roadmap will help the financial sector establish a more collaborative, harmonized, and globally informed approach, ensuring that the financial sector is well prepared for the security challenges that the quantum transition poses. Alright, so yeah, okay, so this is where we're going to begin next time right here. Introduction. The complexities and impact of quantum technologies on the financial sector require open dialogue between regulatory authorities and industry. Alright, so next Monday I will see you for this, but just hold on right there, because we got a little reading for me to do. Alright. Alrighty, so this is the beginning of my novel so far, and just to let you know, things are subject to change, but alright. Please let me know what you think about it so far, if this is something that you might plan on buying or whatnot. I'd like to hear, or tell me what you think about it. So, let's begin. Right here. The void beyond Titan, Saturn's shrouded moon, was a silent requiem. Its surface a frozen mosaic, where methane lakes gleamed like splintered glass beneath the amber clouds. The airless expanse pulsed with a mournful rhythm, as if the moon grieved its lost epochs. Gadreel, an angel forged in the fires of Yaldabaoth's will, materialized in a cascade of celestial light, his form a radiant silhouette against the cosmic dark. His silver eyes, sharp as starlight, traced the shadowed dunes, his cloak rippling in the etheric tide, a mark of his divine essence. In the days of Saturn, he murmured, his voice a resonant hymn within his helm, the purple and Luciferian kingdoms bled this world's hydrocarbons, its ores kindling their celestial greed, a treasure now forsaken by time's cold hand. Memories surged, piercing as starlight, rigs towering like iron titans, their drills chanting hymns. Of avarice into Titan's crust, ships laden with vials of liquid fire, each a vow of dominion. Gadreel had been Yaldabaoth's herald, a celestial guardian of those ventures, this his might bound to the demiurge's ambition. The nostalgia was a quiet wound, aching for a purpose unmarred by centuries of service, a clarity dimmed by divine commands. He lingered, weightless, his unseen wings stirring the ether, their faint glow a whisper of his angelic power. His gaze lifted to Saturn's rings, their icy shards a fractured crown against the cosmic veil. The gas giant loomed, its bands of gold and ochre, swirling with silent storms, a deity cloaked in enigma. Saturn, gateway to heaven, he declared, his voice a prayer flung into the void, a summons to the architect who called him. With a surge of divine will, Gadreel streaked toward Saturn's north pole. His form a comet cleaving the dark, his wings subtle radiance trailing like stardust. The hexagon storm emerged, a vortex of geometric precision, its six-sided churn a marvel veiled by roiling clouds. Yaldabaoth's cunning gleam in this disguise, a natural spectacle, masking a portal to his stronghold. Gadreel paused, reverence tightening his chest, his breathing, his breath catching in a throat that sang with celestial resonance. A true architect, he whispered, awe threading his tone, his heart alight with the promise beyond. I come, my God, to serve your will. He plunged into the hexagon, clouds parting like a velvet shroud to reveal a tunnel of radiant light, its brilliance searing yet beckoning. The transition was a jolt, void yielding to opulence. And Gadreel landed in Yaldabaoth's sanctum, his boots sinking into the crimson carpeting that sprawled like a sea of spilled blood. Above, the ceiling was an abyss of velvety black, devouring light, its depth a silent watcher. The chamber glowed with a dark red hue, born of the clash between floor and ceiling, shadows wreathing like specters across obsidian walls. 6 screens lined the space, their surface latent with unspoken power, but one flickered with life, drawing Gadreel's gaze like a moth to a forbidden flame. The Black Knight's satellite's feed unveiled Eden's verdant heart, a primal garden where emerald leaves swayed beneath a boundless sky, their whispers heavy with creation's dawn. Enki stood with Adam, their voices faint, discussing the land's gifts. Enki moved with uncanny precision, his gestures fluid yet deliberate, his eyes sharp with a vigilance born of nanobots cursing within. An inner fire fueling his presence. Adam, raw and human, moved with an earthly grace, his frame untouched by artifice, his brown eyes alight with quiet wonder, rooted in the garden's pulse. Nearby, Sophia glided with ethereal poise, her dark hair cascading like a midnight river, her gaze clouded with a distant unease, as if sensing a shadow yet to fall. Unified by Enlil's hand, she was whole, her radiance a beacon in Eden's light, yet fragile, a pawn in Yaldabaoth's design to drive Adam toward the universe's edge. Gadreel's lips curled into a mischievous grin, glee sparkling in his celestial heart. Incredible, he said, his voice a conspirator's whisper laced with a thrill of chaos. Enki, Adam, and you, Sophia, radiant but fragile, with the lights await when I sow the seeds to break your unity. His laughter echoed, a sharp and gleeful sound that ricocheted off the walls, a herald's vow to unravel Eden's peace. The air thickened, heavy with oppressive authority, and Yaldabaoth appeared, his presence a storm of warmth and menace that dimmed the chamber's glow. His black and red robes drank the light, their folds trailing like embers of a dying star, and his eyes, pools of amber fire, pierced Gadreel with an intensity that seared soul and steel. You made it, Herald, he intoned, his voice silk and thunder, each word a stone drop into a still pool. What do you think of this place? Gadreel straightened, his grin softened to deference, though mischief lingered in his silver eyes. Unchanged since my last pilgrimage, crimson and shadow, a throne of your undying, a throne of your unwielding will. Its endurance humbles me, my God. His words were a careful dance, probing the demiurge's mercurial heart. Yaldabaoth smirked with a blade, sharp and fleeting. Endurance, he spat, his voice darkening. This hollow shell binds me, Gadreel, a cage remade too often in this ceaseless hunt for the convergence. He paced, robes trailing like a comet's wake, his gaze distant, as if peering into his ambition's void. I am severed from the true light, choked by this artificial plane, a prisoner of my own creation. I'll burn it all to challenge the Creator, to claim my place as existence's sole architect. The convergence, that gateway at the universe's edge, will be my triumph, a door to remake all that is. Sophia's fracture will shatter Adam's heart, compelling him to seek the gateway for my glory. His voice softened, a dangerous whisper. The cosmos leaning in to listen. And that is all. I hope you enjoyed that. Tell me what you think of it. That is how it begins. We got Titan and Saturn as locations, and we got Gadreel and finally meeting Gadreel's boss, Yaldabaoth. So, we'll see how all this pans out. And I will see you all next Monday. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below what you thought of either my novel or the research. It's all good. And I will see you next week on Monday, okay? And hello, ladies and gents. This has been a Brics Part 39 production with a novel reading production. Yeah. Anyway, I will see you next week. This is your lovely jester. Blah.